Hello, my lovely peaches. How are you? It is Monday, February 3rd at 9:34 p.m. And I was thinking I was going to read some more of the timeline of events that Justin Baldoni put out, but I wanted to say a few updates. There was a hearing today with the lawyers, and there's going to be no gag order. No, Blake cannot decide who does or does not question her at a deposition. The case is not dismissed. And Daily Dose of Donna, had talked about a very interesting thing. So she said that somebody else had pointed out to her that the 30-point list of complaints that Blake had published in the New York Times. No more showing Blake corn with a P. No more talking about your corn addiction. No more walking in while Blake is breastfeeding. No more this, no more that, and on and on. So somebody had pointed out that the organization that Justin Baldoni had partnered with, as we discussed yesterday, was called No More. And that organization is to help survivors of DV. And somebody made a comment that Donna, Daily Dose of Donna, had talked about. And I thought it was a very, very astute that, similar to the letter that Ryan and Blake had prepared, wanting Justin and Jamie Heath to sign and to say that they had put out, was essentially trying to get Justin and Jamie to take all the blame for Blake's bad press that she caused with her own bad personality. And in the end of that letter, it said something, something, and I am man enough to whatever, acknowledge this shit. How crass, the audacity of the crassity. Like, oh my God, these people, they utterly believe that they are the world's most entitled motherfuckers ever. It's a shit show that they shit all over themselves. So I had purchased a Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and I tried to make that thing work for a week or whatever it is, and it was such shit that I finally decided, fuck this thing, I'm returning it, and I brought it back today. So I had purchased a Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and it was such a piece of shit. It was supposedly going to be such this wonderful thing, and it would not focus. And I even put a couple of videos out with me blurry. And then today I went to use it again, and I had this. This is my actually my iMac webcam, and it popped open, and I was like, my fucking webcam is better quality. Like, at least I'm in focus. If I turn out the light, you can see here. Then my face starts to get blurry because I'm literally sitting in the dark right now. Like, other than these lights that are behind me, there's literally no light in here. So it's not that bad, considering that the only light in this room is actually this tree and these purple lights on the wall. So, all right, I'm going to put this down behind me over here. Give me a sec. Please hold. So I decided to return that webcam and just for now use the one that came with my computer because it's better than that one. And I realized that, like, probably Kajarski Fla, and I know Emily D. Baker used this because I went on her Amazon and I saw it. It's a camera that's like over $600. So obviously when I have that to invest, I'll be able to have those very professionally crisp looking videos, which is what eventually that's my goal. And I did decide to purchase another light because this is killing me. It hurts my eyes so much. Wait, let me try this other light that I have over here. See if it will do anything. Like a little bit softer. So I'm not in the total dark. Maybe is that a little better? And it doesn't kill my eyes. So anyway, hopefully this other light, it's not a ring light because the ring lights like burn my fucking eyeballs so bad. So it's some big square light with like a white piece of fabric to help diffuse it so it's like softer, and that's what I'm hoping that it came. It's the next day. I'm popping in just to turn it on. I can't guarantee whether or not it's going to hurt my eyes if it's dark and it's on me and I'm not looking my best. But I do think that it's an improvement and I could work with this. And I think, let's see, I think that the quality of this camera is clear enough, decent enough, better than that one that I paid all that money for, which, I was concerned about whether or not I was going to get the money back because I had left this part here by accident in my little drawer. But I got my money back, so thank God. Now I have a thing I don't need. But yes, so I think I'm going to be able to do this. And then when I have enough money to spend $600 on a better camera and a better mic, then I'll have even better videos and something to look forward to. Okay, back to work. The webcam itself and a softer light that, I will be able to put out high quality videos without having to put 700 books out that I don't have at the moment. And I guess that would be a perfect segue to say, please don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. And if you love my videos and you'd love to help support me so I can make more videos more often, and of course get the equipment that's higher quality so that I can have better video quality, better sound, and put out more high quality videos more often, then please don't hesitate. You can super chat me. You can PayPal me. There's a link down there. You can be a member on YouTube and see a whole bunch of videos that are members only, or same thing for Patreon. You can join me on Patreon. And I keep saying it, but I keep not doing it, but I do intend to put up memberships for my website as well. So those are things that I'm working on. And thank you for being here. I so appreciate you hitting subscribe and watching my videos, hitting that like button and making comments and asking questions. And I love the funny comments too. So let's see, maybe I will get back into it. And I actually installed this webcam effects thing, which allowed me to play around with the webcam, but I wasn't able to open it up in OBS. So that wasn't super helpful. Okay, let me pull up the document. All right, so now I'm going to move myself over, make myself a lot smaller, and then I will turn the light out because, as I've said each time, the focus is not really me. The focus is this lawsuit. And of course, me reading it and reacting to it is also the focus of this video. That's like a pet peeve of mine that I literally keep doing, and it annoys me to no end. I don't know how that really looks on the video. I have to notice next time. Okay, so I have to do this and grab this, scooch this over, and please hold. I'm gonna get my fancy cursor. All right, guys, so I already scrolled up to, oh, let's see. I think I was at the beginning of page 11. Let me turn this down a little bit because it's kind of bright. I want you to be able to see my expressions enough, but all right, let's see. Maybe I can. No, I better leave myself there. All right, let me see if I can zoom into this. So let me read the last part of page 10 again. April 7th through 8th, 2023, Baldoni shares the updated script with Lively. Lively excitedly texts Baldoni her thoughts on the pivotal rooftop, quote, meet cute scene, acknowledging its significance in the story. Hold on, let me see. I think I can make this wider and stay in this screen. I can go even a little bigger. How's that? She asks if she can take a pass at the dialogue, hoping to infuse more of her voice into the character and make it more, quote, flirty and yummy. Yeah. Baldoni welcomes her input, eager to see her take on the moment and make the character hers. He waits for her notes. Take a pass. He should have passed on that. He should have passed on her taking a pass because she made a pass and he passed on her pass, and now this is where we are. Look what come to pass. All right, let's see. Zoom in, page 11 of 168. Again, this is the timeline of events that he added on the website. I should show the website real quick. Let me zoom in so we can try to see the date. I think, okay, hers says April 7th, 2023. So zooming in as much as I can on his note, it looks like April 6th of 2023 at 6:50 maybe. And I'm kind of going off of the fact that hers looks like it's on April 7th. So I think his is the 6th. Okay, and this is from Justin. New script coming to you shortly. We worked on a lot of the Lily and Ryle stuff to make it more playful and sparkly. Thank you for giving me my new favorite word, talk soon. Then she says, so excited to read Monday. And this was April 7th, 2023. Hey Siri, what day of the week was April 7th, 2023?
It was Friday, the 7th of April, 2023.
Okay. And 2021. So this was 9 p.m. And then Blake Lively says, love a sparkle pass. And then maybe sparkles. 2 sparkle emojis. All right, we're going to continue now. I also want to just say that between reading this by myself on my own in various times and reading some of it previously in the other lawsuit, when the first lawsuit dropped, and reading it now, I'm kind of like, I don't know what I've already read because I feel like I've read it all already. Okay, so she loves a sparkle pass, and then she says this. Hold on, why didn't it move up? Refresh it. Okay, so then she writes back again, still Friday, April 7th. And what time is it now? See, just get this scooched over a tiny bit. All right, so it was 9:06, and then it's 11:15. So it's 11:15 on a Friday night. This man is married with children. You responded to him at 9 o'clock that you're so excited to read it on Monday. But then 2 hours later, so 11 o'clock on a Friday night, you message this fucking guy. You don't think that's inappropriate? Okay. I lied. So excited to get to work on this movie. I can't wait till Monday. Already reading, smile face. My kids are going to kill me. They've had enough of me, for Christ's sake. I bet they have. The meet cute scene is, to me, the most important scene in the movie. And the one that she rewrote completely. Oh no, it was her husband who rewrote it completely. Sets the tone and needs to feel extra special, aka what you wrote is not extra special. What you wrote doesn't set the tone. What you wrote doesn't give me agency and isn't that much fun. What you wrote is really not the verbal ping pong volley that me and Ryan try to have. I want to make this me. I don't want to make this a character that you have been developing for 5 years, Justin. No, I want to make this all about me. And not only do I want to make it about me, but I want to make it me. So it's not Lily, it's actually Blake. Anyway, back to her words. The meet cute scene is, to me, the most important scene in the movie. That says so much to me. Sets the tone and needs to feel extra special. You okay if I play around with some of the dialogue to give her a bit more agency and fun and send it to you? It'll affect some of your lines too if I switch out some of hers. But anywhere we can amp up their verbal ping pong volley, I think we'll be cooking with gas, right? Reel that audience in and make them fall desperately. Hold on. I have no idea how to do a fake Blake. Reel that audience in. Wait, where was I? Reel that audience in and make them fall desperately in love with these two. Then, when the other shoe drops, ouch! The audience will be devastated. We can use some, all, or none of it. I just don't want to step on any toes. Prayer hands, red heart. You stepped on all the toes already. And then what does Justin say? Let's see. 4 minutes and 5 seconds later. Fuck yes. Period. Talk about a humble man who rolls with the punches. And then he says, 2 seconds after that, I couldn't agree more. It's what I tried to do in the last pass, and some of what I was hoping we could do together. I can only write and play with what I feel is your tone so much. First scene is most important in film. It's why I'm okay with 10 pages. We rarely get to see that in films anymore. Go play, and then we can see how it feels together. Gracious, humble, collaborative, open, absolutely no ego exposed. A man of strength. Her, a spoiled fucking brat. A bitch cake of shit, of poop. She's just a horrible person. I just can't stand her. Then she says, "You're the absolute best. Thank you." Prayer hands, red heart again, and what you did inspired me. I love what we're going to do. Sparkle, sparkle. Or like star, star. Oh, it inspired you to tell him that, wasn't really that good. Then he emphasized that. Then, let's see, what time is this? At midnight. So this is like the whole next day. Yeah, it's like midnight. Or maybe it's noon, actually. It might be noon on the 8th because this seems to be, well, let me see. Is that 17 or 12? I can't. It's blurry. So wait, if it's 17, if this is 17:36, then that would be 5:36 p.m. on Saturday, the next day. After he tells her to go play, and then Blake Lively says, I can send you my pass at the roof or just read with you when we get together next week. Let me know what you prefer, smile face. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. It's my love language. Spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth. Wow, talk about lacking self-awareness. With teeth means bite. With teeth means like it actually hurts. Oh, she's all teeth. She's literally no spice, no playful, no bold, just pure teeth. She's insulting and she's the most unaware person, except for maybe Amber Heard. That's why people are like, Amber Heard 2.0. Okay, so the difference between Blake Lively and Amber Heard, like Amber Heard was married to Johnny. Amber Heard was very physically abusive. Amber Heard almost killed him. She hurled a giant bottle of vodka at him, which smashed and almost cut his finger off. And then he had almost got sepsis, or he had sepsis. He almost died a couple times. It was horrific. She used to punch him, hit him, all kinds of stuff, as well as verbally abuse. Okay, so no, Blake didn't do those things, but she stole from him. She denied him what was rightfully his. She just tried to destroy his reputation. And what I love is that the tsunami of support for him, which is destroying her because of her own awful, disgusting behavior. Never with teeth, girl, always with teeth. Never with justification, never with integrity, and always with the biggest ego in the world, except for maybe your husband. Soon to be ex? That's my speculation. They are not going to survive this. I don't think they will. I think he's going to try to save himself by scraping her off the bottom of his shoe. And him serving it back to her is just as important. You don't usually see both the man and the woman with such agency and humor. You don't. You have you ever watched shit? Because I do. I've seen plenty of women with agency and humor. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Blake. Oh, right. You're stuck in that I'm barefoot and pregnant for 4 years and not working because my husband doesn't want his feelings hurt. My husband can't bear to be without me for 2 weeks because even though we're literally billionaires, we can't hire a nanny or a housekeeper or a cook. No, he needs me to be right by his side at all times. Cringe. I mean, come on. Are you 17? Like, seriously? You can't let your wife go work for a fucking month without all trying to get the entire production to shift for 2 weeks for you because I miss her. Oh my God. Like, that is not cute. I'm going to go back a little bit. Okay. I'll just start this one over because I just talked over the whole thing. I can send you my pass at the roof or just read with you when we get together next week. Let me know what you prefer. Smile. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. So she can talk about busting balls. You know what busting balls means, right? Yeah, it means giving it a hard time, but it also, you know what it means to bust a ball? Okay. Talk about being sensitive to sexualized language, especially unnecessarily. Sexual harassment, maybe? Mm. And him serving it back to her is just as important. You don't usually see both the man and the woman with such agency and humor. Anyway, I can act it out for you next week to make sure it comes through. Or I can send now. Let me know what you prefer, XX. Again, this whole entire thing is such a fucking cringe fest to me because She's literally telling him, like, this is coming across as, I need to direct you about what it should be. I am going to set the scene and the tone, and I am making the characters. And literally, this is very controlling in my mind. Then he says, let's see, how long did it take him to respond? So that was, let's say, 5 o'clock. And then this looks like it's an hour. So he's already apologizing. It's only an hour and he's apologizing. Like, wow. Responding within a totally reasonable amount of time, but yet he's still being so kind. Sorry, was just crying my eyes out as kids and family just left for another 5 weeks, and it was a shit show. Red heart, red heart, red heart. So his kids are leaving. His kids and his wife are leaving for 5 weeks. And that's all okay for him. But then her fucking husband is going to try to shift everything, which impacts hundreds of people working on this movie. Because I miss her. We never separate. Ever. My God. My goodness. Yes, send. It's so important to the film and can't wait to play and find it. I agree so much. Lily needs to be strong and witty and playful and bold. That's why I wanted you. What a mistake, Justin. It's also one reason why I wanted to age her up. If a woman like you could fall into that relationship, then anyone could. Well, now we know what a woman like her is like. She's the kind of woman who will abuse a kind, gentle man. And the more we love them, the more devastating Act 3 is. Yeah. Is this Act 3 or Act 4, Justin? Because now we despise her, but we love you. What's this? That photo is devastating. I don't know what the fuck that means. So sorry to you all, but the love is gargantuan and apparent. She's such an over the top. I had said in the other video, I feel like she's put upon, and I realized like put upon means she's being, she's being inconvenienced. But what I actually meant is like it's so feigned. It's so fake. It's like an act she puts on. She's putting it on. It's put on her behavior. It's fake. It's narcissistic. It's love bombing. It's like, I'm going to say everything you want to hear until I get what I want in the back. Red heart, prayer hands, red heart. Thank you for saying all that and also couldn't agree more. React 3. That's the mission. Hands, hands, hands. And he loved that. All right. And then April 9th, 2023. Lively shares her notes on the rooftop scene with Baldoni and follows up with a text, eagerly awaiting his thoughts. Baldoni responds via voice note, expressing his appreciation for her passion and edits. While he likes her changes, he envisions the final version landing somewhere between her take and the original, which is extremely fair and generous. Really, truly is. I guess she just expected that she was going to just rewrite the whole scene and he was going to just like delete all the work he did on the most important scene of the movie, as they have both acknowledged. It sets the tone for everything. It would change his words. Like, she is unabashedly, insufferably a horrible person. That's her love language, being a horrible person. AKA hate language. Her love language is hate language and behavior. Wait a second, girl. You are reaching out on fucking Easter. Like, okay, wait, hold up. What day was this? Let's see. So it was on the 8th. So the next day. Like, damn, you can't even let the man enjoy Easter. You're already like, what do you think? Blake Lively on April 9th at 8:45 p.m. Happy Easter and a bunny. What'd you think of the pages? Jesus Christ. So that's on the 9th. I hope he didn't answer her. I hope that's what that means. That he was just like, leave that bitch unread. Because, like, what? You are fucking. Okay, that's not helpful. Okay. So this was on the 9th. So on the 12th, April 12th, Baldoni meets with Lively at her apartment in New York. He is greeted by Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, who enthusiastically praises Lively's rewrites of the rooftop scene, which she had sent on April 12th, 2023. Hours later, as the meeting is ending, a mega celebrity friend of Reynolds and Lively walks into the room and also begins praising Lively's script, which we now know, according to some source that allegedly came out in some article somewhere, that Taylor thought that she was only going there to see the friends and that the meeting was going to be over, and she had no intention of walking into a meeting. Do we believe that? Do you believe that? I hate when people say do we, because I'm an independent thinker. But do y'all believe that? I to me it's weird because it's like if you stumbled into a meeting that you're not supposed to be in, then why would you be commenting very directly and specifically on the exact topic that the meeting was about and giving your opinion as a rich and powerful mega star, mega celebrity? If you have no opinion and you're not there to fucking do anything, then why are you there doing anything, right? Like, shut the fuck up and go wait in the foyer. Go wait in the vestibule. Go wait in the anteroom. Go wait in the sitting room or whatever many other rooms I'm sure they have in their large home. But anyways, April 13th, 2023. Lively shares that she's ill again. For the third time in 1 month. Baldoni asks if she would like to speak to his health coach, who he previously connected her with on March 29th, 2023. He offers to, quote, take it one step further by connecting her with his medical intuitive. Lively later claimed that the health coach was, quote, not what Mr. Baldoni had represented her to be, and alleged she was, quote, a weight loss specialist. She further claimed in her CRD complaint that this was yet another attempt by Mr. Baldoni to, quote, shame her for her body and weight, end quote. Oh, and I was watching Kajarski Fla or Sashti Fla today, and she was talking about, oh, here, I wrote these notes. In my cute little notebook I have here. These notes. So she'd spoken to a costume designer who'd worked for something that Blake was in. And so he gave Sashti some background info. He said he didn't want to be on the video because he's still working and let me turn that up a little. He didn't want to risk getting into trouble in the industry, but he wanted to share. So the things that he said were he had to dress Blake for a cover of some magazine, and that one thing was that they had said, well, we don't sell a lot of magazines when she's on the cover. She's not a big seller. That was a funny little factoid. Also, she wanted to dress herself, and he said that the clothing that she brought or that she wanted to wear made her look kind of like an old lady, and it wasn't really the the aesthetic of the magazine. So they picked out, so, oh no, so he wanted to pick out some clothes for her. And he called and he got her measurements or whatever. So she said she was a size 0 with a 25-inch waist. So then he called Gossip Girl, like costume designer or whatever, to get some further information. And they said, no, 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 no. They said, no, she doesn't have a 25-inch waist and is size 0. She's got a 28-inch waist, which is still tiny. And you have to cut the sizes out of any article of clothing you give her, because if she can see the size and it's not a 0, she won't wear it and she'll be upset. So just do what you will with that in your mind about all her accusations of being fat shamed and all that stuff, knowing she obviously has allegedly some serious issues regarding her weight. Okay, turning this back down. Turning that back down. Popping this back up. Scooch myself over. I'm not going to read that much more for today's video because it's late and I'm getting tired. Okay. So she's getting sick. She's obviously probably not eating right or whatever. And he's trying to help her and she's twisting it and saying he's body shaming her. All right, so now we're on top of page 12. Let's see if we can see what these say. Okay, so April something. Blake, so sorry. Been at the doctor's all AM. I have strep again and a sinus infection. Some kind of emoji. I haven't had strep in over a decade and now 3 times in 1 month. We'll send as soon as I get home. What? Oh no, he says. Do you want to talk to blank? Wellness? I don't know what that says. You think she could help with this? Would love to. It's perplexing all my doctors. Why? I was hoping it was COVID this time. I mean, why would it be perplexing? Why would it be perplexing? You probably aren't taking care of yourself. You're probably not drinking the right fluids. You're probably not getting rest. You just had a baby. You're working on a film. You're probably exposed to all kinds of germs. Your body is highly sensitive at the moment. Like, anyway. And then Justin writes, this is what blank is for. I also have someone one step further. She's a medical intuitive. She's normally booked up for months and months, but she's a dear friend of mine and I can see what's going on with your body by just talking to you. Doctors call her when they can't figure out what patients. Talks to world leaders, etc. She's incredible. Might be too woo-woo for you, but she is the most grounded person and a saint. Can't promise I can get her today, but happy to try. Then Blake says, never too woo-woo for me. I'm open to it all. You have enough on your plate, though. You are so generous, but I don't want to add to it. Oh, you don't? But on Easter, you want to fucking add to it? And then he says, service is something that brings me joy. I got you. So sorry you're sick. Give me a beat. Red Heart, I know the feeling. I'm my friend's go-to personal concierge for all needs. What a fucking ego trip this bitch is fucking on. Sometimes whether they like it or not. And then some kind of emoji and heart eyes or something. That's me, he says, with some kind of emoji back, talking a bit. Red heart, prayer hands, and then I think there was more over here. Then he says, Hey, just talk to blank. She can help you out, but needs you to fill in those forms so she can legally talk to you, etc. Do you still have them? Then Blake says, yes, we'll find them and sign now, XX. Then she says, I emailed you also. Then some weird emoji or something. Then she writes again, sorry for the delay. I've been in bed. So it's how long? 22. 22 doesn't look like a lot of a delay. The good news is I'm going to figure this out before we shoot. I literally looked into getting my tonsils out if it helped ensure this doesn't happen again. Well, unfortunately, I'm super happy that I have this pause feature, but I got like the last 10 minutes. I got it reversed. I was talking when I was paused and then not talking when I was unpaused. So I missed the whole like 10 minutes of what I read. That so I got about 10 minutes that I didn't get. So let's see. I want to go over it again. It was a specific part, and let's see. So let me scooch myself over again. And again, I'm in the dark because it's late, and I was thinking, let me just skip it, but it was so important. So I'm going to go back. It was Blake's, I believe it was over here. So she'd asked him if she could take a pass at it. Okay, and then he was like, yeah, go for it. And then all right, then he was like trying to get her into the doctor. Okay. Then she like then okay, so she was like desperate. Even on Easter, she was like, hey, did you have a chance to look at the pages? And I don't think he responded to her for a couple of days because he was probably busy with his family or whatever. Although he had also said that they were leaving for 5 weeks, which, and then Ryan was like, can we move everything 2 weeks? Because, oh my God, I miss her. I mean, he didn't say that, but it's like, oh my God, what a whiner. Can't be apart ever. Like, what the fuck? So then Blake wrote this text. I took a look at Jenny's scenes. It's always different when you read with yourself in mind as the character. I see why a higher caliber of talent isn't working out. It doesn't feel like Jenny has a point of view. If she's going to care so much, but what's on the surface or appearance, we have to, at a minimum, see what's underneath. We need to see where that comes from. Or if we don't have the runway, we need to give her more faceted depth in what we do see of her. I also think we're missing an opportunity to see more of Lily in her mother and vice versa. It would help to make the characters pop and feel indelible. Anywhere than what I had set. No, it just, oh no, what happened now? This Happy Easter, what'd you think of the pages? Then he was literally trying to get onto a Zoom call to edit it live with her right there. She didn't reach out. And then when she did reach out, it was crazy. All right, but I am going to leave it there because I'm so exhausted now. So I'll see whatever it was that I missed and I'll go back over it and cover it because, each of these is basically a novel in and of itself, or practically. So I'll be a little forgiving of myself that I fucked a little bit up. All right, and there'll be more video after this part. Continue to that. Enjoy.
Published 1339 December 23rd, 2024 GMT. Updated 1347 December 23rd, 2024 GMT. Blake Lively's list of 30 demands she made to Justin Baldoni and others on set before filming could resume. Blake Lively's demands are shocking. Michael Slavin. It has been revealed that Blake Lively made a list of 30 demands to director and co-star Justin Baldoni on the set of It Ends With Us. This comes in the wake of Lively issuing a lawsuit against Baldoni in which she alleged he sexually harassed her and carried out a social media smear campaign against her. Texts between Baldoni's team he is accused to have hired to carry out the campaign against Lively were also included as part of the lawsuit. These texts stated that Baldoni wants to feel like Lively can be buried. Baldoni's lawyers have called Lively's claims categorically false and accused the actor of planting fake stories in a desperate attempt to fix her negative reputation. The pair starred in the film together which Baldoni left, directed, Sony Pictures. The meeting. It has also been revealed in the legal complaint against Baldoni that there was a meeting between the pair in which she outlined a list of 30 demands. Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds was also present for this meeting, which made demands of both Baldoni and James Heath, a producer on the film and executive at Wayfarer Studios. The company behind It Ends With Us. The meeting was held in January 2024 and was done after the actors and writers' strike had ended, which allowed production of the film to resume. The claims the demands infer are wide-ranging and allege multiple instances of unprofessional and sexually inappropriate behavior. The 30 demands were as follows. 1. No more showing nude videos or images of women, including producer's wife, to Blake Lively and/or her employees. 2. No more mention of Justin Baldoni or James Heath's pornography addiction or Blake Lively's lack of pornography consumption to Blake Lively or to other crew members. 3. No more discussions to Blake Lively and/or her employees about personal experiences with sex, including as it relates to spouses or others. 4. No more mention to Blake Lively or her employees of personal times that physical consent was not given in sexual acts, as either the abuser or the abused. 5. No more descriptions of their own genitalia to Blake Lively. 6. No more jokes or disparaging comments to be made to Blake Lively and/or her employees about HR complaints Wayfarer has already received on set or about missing the HR meeting. 7. No more inquiries by Justin Baldoni to Blake Lively's trainer without her knowledge or consent to disclose her weight. 8. No more mention by Justin Baldoni of him speaking to Blake Lively's dead father. 9. No more pressing by Justin Baldoni for Blake Lively to disclose her religious beliefs or unsolicited sharing of his. 10. If Blake Lively and/or her infant is exposed to COVID again, Blake Lively must be provided with immediate notice as soon as Wayfarer or any other producers become aware of such exposure, without her needing to uncover days later herself. Lively has sued Baldoni, Taylor Hill Getty Images. 11. An intimacy coordinator must be present at all times when Blake Lively is on set in scenes with Justin Baldoni. 12. No more personal, physical touching, or sexual comments by Justin Baldoni or James Heath to be tolerated by Blake Lively and/or any of her employees, as well as any female cast or crew without their express consent. 13. No more improvising of kissing. All intimate touch must be choreographed in advance with Blake Lively and an intimacy coordinator. No biting or sucking of lip without Blake Lively's consent. All intimate on-camera touch and conversation must be in character, not spoken from Justin Baldoni to Blake Lively personally. 14. Blake Lively to have representative on set at all times and with a monitor during scenes involving nudity, sexual activity, or violence with Justin Baldoni. 15. All actors participating with Blake Lively in intimate scenes involving her being in any state of nudity or simulated nudity must be classified as active, working actors, not friends of the director or producers, and must be pre-approved by Blake Lively. 16. No more filming of any Blake Lively nudity without a fully executed, SAG-compliant nudity writer in place. Any such footage already shot without this writer in place and indirect violation of SAG requirements may not be used without Blake Lively's and her legal representative's prior, written consent. 17. Any scene by Blake Lively or another performer depicting the character of Lily that involves nudity or simulated sex must be conducted strictly in accordance with the above-referenced nudity writer and must adhere to the Blake Lively approved script. 18. An intimacy coordinator must be on set for all scenes involving nudity and or simulated sex and must have a monitor to ensure compliance. 19. No monitors to be viewed or accessible on set or remotely during closed set scenes except by Blake Lively approved essential crew and personnel. 20. No more entering, attempting to enter, interrupting, pressuring, or asking Blake Lively to enter her trailer or the makeup trailer by James Heath or Justin Baldoni while she is nude, for any reason. The meeting between the two was required to allow production to continue, Sony. 21. No more private, multi-hour meetings in Blake Lively's trailer, with Justin Baldoni crying, with no outside Blake Lively appointed representative to monitor. 22. No more pressing by Justin Baldoni to sage any of Blake Lively's employees.
This one is actually fucking hilarious. He should have saged her, and that's probably what he meant the whole time. Like, I need to sage your ass, bitch. Can I sage somebody near you so he can get on you? L-O-fucking-L.
23. Producer Alex Sachs to be given standard rights, inclusion, and authority per her job description and is represented to Blake Lively when signing on. 24. Sony must have an active, daily role in overseeing physical production for the remainder of the film to monitor safety for cast and crew, schedule, logistics, problem solving, and creative. 25. Engagement of an experienced producer to supervise the safety of the cast and crew, schedule, logistics, problem solving, and creative for the remainder of the shoot. Examples: Todd Lieberman, Elizabeth Cantillon, Miri Yoon, Lynette Howell. 26. Engagement of a Blake Lively approved, A-list stunt double to perform Lily in scenes with Justin Baldoni involving rape and or violence. Blake Lively to perform only close-up work or work from a Blake Lively pre-approved shot list in scenes with Justin Baldoni involving sexual violence. Justin Baldoni's lawyer has since issued a statement denying the allegations. James Devaney, GC Images. 27. No more adding of sex scenes, oral sex, or on-camera climaxing by Blake Lively outside the scope of the script Blake Lively approved when signing on to the project. 28. No more asking or pressuring Blake Lively to cross physical picket lines. 29. No more retaliatory or abusive behavior to Blake Lively for raising concerns or requesting safeguards. 30. An in-person meeting before production resumes with Justin Baldoni, James Heath, Alex Sachs, the Sony representative, the new producer, Blake Lively, and Blake Lively's spouse Ryan Reynolds to confirm and approve a plan for implementation of the above that will be adhered to for the physical and emotional safety of Blake Lively, her employees, and all the cast and crew moving forward. Baldoni's response. LA Bible Group has reached out for comment to Wayfarer Studios and Justin Baldoni.
Her husband had to come and babysit on the set. That list is unbelievably insulting. They have to hire a real supervisor because Justin isn't a real one. Just like remember I had said, from the moment she responded saying, oh, we need to punch this up and, you know, it needs to be a little bit this and more that. And the implication was, oh, it needs to be really special. In other words, what you wrote is not really special. What you wrote is in punchy. What you wrote does not have the character be having her own agency, and she's not funny enough. And like, I want it to be, I think it should be this. It should be this because I want. And she literally did that with everything. And that list is despicable. Then you add in the fact that she's saying no more, no more, no more, knowing that his organization was no more. And that also the fact that everything about that shit is lies. None of that happened the way she claimed. None of it went down the way she claimed. Everything she said was a twisted, sick lie. She took the things that actually happened and then she twisted it into some filter of how can I take this totally normal situation and turn it into some nightmare of sexual harassment. And like, who wrote these things? Did she write it? Did Ryan write it? Did they sit there together writing it? Was Ryan like, and he can't do this, and he can't do this? Because I'm sure Ryan was the one as well pushing her to say, give me those dailies. And they watched everything. And then they were like, look at what he's doing you there. Look at what he's doing you there. Look what he's doing you there. Look at how he bit your lip there. And Ryan was probably just burning up with jealousy at every single frame, figuring out how to frame Justin Baldoni as a sexual predator when in fact they are the sexual harassers, because lying about sexual harassment and claiming that this person is sexually harassing you is actually sexual harassment, because you are harassing them in a sexual manner. You're not touching them physically, just like being sexually harassed doesn't have to mean being touched physically in the other instance. Implications, talking about sex inappropriately, talking about sex in a non-work way, like they had a reason to talk about sex. I used to work at this deli, and there was this girl, and she would broadcast like on a speaker in the kitchen this podcast. There was two women who liked to talk a lot about sex, and I would walk into the kitchen and I would be bombarded by listening to people talking about doing anal and all kinds of stuff. And while normally I might not mind listening to that stuff if I was in the mood, I don't want to be suddenly thrust into some kind of sexualized conversation, or like I don't want to be thinking about people getting anal while I'm trying to make a fucking a salad for some customer out there waiting. Like that was so, to me that was a type of sexual harassment. That was a very hostile work environment. And I told the manager, hey, I don't mind that kind of stuff when I want to hear it, but I don't feel like hearing people talking about anal sex while I'm trying to make a fucking salad for a customer, okay? However, if I was hired to be an actor in a scene in a movie and I was playing a romantic love interest, and in the script that I was given before I actually agreed to take the job, I saw that there was kissing scenes, simulated sex scenes, all kinds of stuff, including that harsh, the grape and all that stuff that was supposed to be in there, but I think she had taken out. And I like, did she not read the script? We know she didn't read the book, but did she even read the script? Did she know what the fuck was supposed to? Because how do you go to a job and like you're supposed to be doing what you fucking agreed to do, and then you're turning around and you're saying it's harassment? Insane. And I get that there have been countless women who have gone to play a role like that and they were actually sexually harassed. I get that. But this is not what that was. And most people see that. Now, there are some hysterical people. Oh, there's this thing that Donna, I'm going to put up her picture as well. She said it multiple times. They're going to pop on my cute little cursor. Just like Ryan was trying to make some sick joke in an actual promo for the movie where he had Brendan Sklenar and he was showing him a picture of his ass and asking him again and again. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard somebody talking about it. Maybe it was Donna. Like, he's so obsessed. And like, why did he keep, I did see a clip of it where he's like, he keeps pointing to this picture of Brendan's ass. Like, what is that? What kind of squats is that? It's like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you objectifying this guy?
Thank you, Brandon. I love the movie.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This is cool. It's not every day the husband gets to interview his wife's love interest in a film. It's kind of crazy. You know?
I don't remember seeing this on the schedule.
Dive in, shall we? So I saw you posing in a photo with Mrs. Reynolds, and I'm sorry, what do you call her? You guys have a nickname or
No.
something? Okay, no, just so it's okay. I saw this photo. It was very suggestive. So I'm gonna get right to it. How do you explain that? The genetics You have some sort of like low-angle SWAT routine to pop that region in that way? I mean, what's going on here, man? Are you smuggling pumpkins? Got a couple small pumpkins there? Jesus Christ, my heart is beating like crazy right now. It reminds me when I went on that meth journey, confront my inner child.
And I was on a meth journey. I think you mean like ayahuasca, like South American plant known for its medicinal benefits. Definitely not meth. You should not be doing a meth journey.
I've been on a meth journey for about 6 months now.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but you're probably gonna die.
I feel well.
You don't look well.
Let's talk motorcycles here. Do you ride?
Yeah, a little bit.
What kind of bike do you like to ride?
I mean, anything with two wheels and kickstand, right?
Honestly, that could be anything. As far as I know, he just described, riding Stephen Hawking through the Nevada desert in the middle of a summer heat wave. He's not gonna make it.
Ryan?
Yep.
You want to take a break?
Blake? Sure.
Hello, Brendan.
No.
Well, it's not every day the mother-in-law of the leading lady gets to interview the love interest, and the man trying to replace my sweet little gummy bear, Ryan. Let's dive in, shall we?
Should we not dive in?
Mom, it's Ryan. I wrote all these questions, but don't tell Brendan. I didn't expect to love him so much, so don't fucking blow this for me. Oh my God, that language.
Seriously, can we just, we don't have to do this. I mean, I'm not crazy about interviews.
Brendan, I saw the film, and may I say, you are incredible in this movie. On a scale from 1 to, I stopped taking my blood thinner medication, because if I can't have you, I don't want me.
Mrs. Reynolds, you should probably keep taking your medication. And I'm a little worried about your son. Like, he's for sure addicted to meth, right?
Damn, you're gorgeous. It creeps up on you.
Jesus.
I don't think you can see it in the video in front. Oh, I wonder if you couldn't see that at all. Or could you? So, yeah, man. What do you think about that? I'll read more, but I just wanted to pop in and add that stuff. And, oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say the thing about, I've seen Donna say like 3 or 4 times, and I guess on one hand, like, I think that there's this failed attempt at being sensitive to women, and like this whole believe all women thing is just harmful, because why would you believe all women? Why would you believe all of anyone? We should listen to everyone, let all people come forward with whatever story that they have, and then we believe the ones that we determine are telling the truth. Right? Like, we live in a world where supposedly people who are accused of crimes or accused of doing something they weren't supposed to do are supposed to be considered innocent until proven guilty. And I know that there's been a lot of problems with women or men or anyone, children, anyone, getting all the LGBTQ plus every human on earth. Okay, there's been problems with people who've been assaulted getting their justice. But pushing down and suppressing some groups in the act of believe all women is just ridiculous. We should believe all people who are telling the truth. And how do you know that? By discerning all the people who have reports of trauma and abuse occurring to them. They need to come forward. They should come forward. They are welcome to come forward. If you have something that happened to you, come forward. Tell your story. Be honest. If you don't have screenshots, timeline, receipts, fucking everything, do your best. Write down what you can remember as soon as you have an opportunity from whenever it happened till now. If it happened a long time ago, still write down everything that you can possibly remember, and then, try to add dates and whatever details can help. Hold on, I'm being distracted by my kid. My kid distracted my train of thought. But what I was saying is that I think it's ignorant and foolish to say believe all women, because some women lie. Just like it'd be foolish and ignorant to say believe all men, to believe all whatever, all of any one kind of anything. That means that you're not believing all of whatever. When people come forward with allegations against another person, they need to have some kind of receipt. If you have no receipt, no proof, no evidence of any kind, it's just your word against that person, then that might be difficult to prove. And you can still come forward, and you that's what I'm saying. Write down everything you can possibly remember: dates, places, names, faces, what was said, what happened, where, what did you do, where did you go, what were you wearing, like anything that you can possibly remember, and come forward and go to the police, make a police report, call a lawyer, see what your options are. when I was being SH'd, I actually, what happened was me and her were on a Zoom call because she called me yet again, and we were having an argument because she was accusing me of buying some, what was it? Um, it was some like work related thing, like Salesforce or something that she literally just showed me she had, and then she was like accusing me of buying it. I'm like, I don't even have a credit card to buy it. Like, what are you talking about? And anyway, so we got on this Zoom call, and then she called me a white victim or something, and I was like, what? And then she said something about, I don't want you to call HR on me. And I was like, oh. I hung up on her. Like, she literally put the idea in my mind, and I was like, oh my God, that's right. There's HR with this. Like, this is an actual, she was a client, but she got me all hooked up in the system with and everything because I told you she gave me a promotion and a raise. I told you in another video. And I immediately called HR, and I just was like, oh my God, she said this and she said this and blah, 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 blah. And I like talked for like 15 minutes on a fucking voicemail. And I said everything that I possibly could. And then I spent the next like 2 or 3 days screen recording everything, everything, everything. I downloaded our Facebook messages that apparently you can download the whole entire thing. I downloaded, it was like 250 pages. And I screenshotted everything I could. I like took screenshots of all the different emails that she had created for me so she could email me all over the place. And it was sexual harassment and then turned into retaliation harassment because I didn't want her back. And then I started to like put boundaries and stuff. And so she started to retaliate against me and made my job insane. And she kept changing things and making it so hard and literally was like going off the chain. And I was like documenting everything. Okay. And that ended up being my receipts. And I sent it to HR and they were like, yep. Okay. And I got a very, 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 very small settlement. But they were like, we're willing to do this if you don't, like they said, I could tell the Better Business Bureau. I could even sue her if I wanted to, but I couldn't take any more money no matter what after that money that they gave me. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to ever see her again. I don't want to ever talk to her again. I will accept that. It's good enough. I'll move on. And I felt justified. And but then I also wrote like a long letter about all the things that I thought that she was shady about and all the things that I thought that she was probably doing and all the people who I thought she was also screwing over. And I sent that to HR as well. Like, just so you know, in case you want to do anything with this, like, fuck it. So anyway, my whole point is stop saying that because Blake Lively has lied that it hurts other women or it hurts anybody. The only people that it's hurting are the people that she hurt. She hurt Justin and she hurt Heath and she hurt their families. And yes, she's hurt us all. She's hurt us all because she's a liar and she's trying to destroy people. And she's hurt us because that's what she's done is wrong. And she's hurt us all because we live in a society where it's not okay to lie about people. And so in that sense, she's hurt us all. But as far as people coming forward with their stories, how does her lying hurt other people? Because guess what? Most people don't believe her anyway. And it seems to me like the people who do believe Blake are just like the people who believed Amber, which are the people who could fit in that category that the DSM-5 is for mental health diagnoses. So, I feel like the potential things that make somebody like that do those things are also the potential things that make somebody think in those terms. Somebody who could watch the video of them trying to record that scene, the dancing scene, where she wouldn't shut the fuck up and she kept trying to direct him and everything. The tiny sliver of people who see that and come away from it saying, oh yeah, he is doing SH and this and that and the other thing. They probably fall into that category as well. And they're going to misperceive shit. So what my point is stop saying that because somebody lied, it hurts other people. Like, how? in the sense of them coming forward with the truth. No, it doesn't. People can do what they're going to do, and then we're going to look at the evidence and we're going to figure it out. We are a lot smarter than it seems like people want to give us credit for. And I don't doubt why they doubt us, because look at the fucking situation, okay, in politics and in the world. But the fact is that yes, it's true that some women lie, some people lie. That is a very small 2 to 8%, give or take, of cases, which is a quite small amount. The point is that people coming out and lying is just bad for society. But stop trying to lump together an extreme version of a total narcissist sociopath like Blake Lively and potentially Ryan Reynolds. Stop trying to lump those people in with people who are actual victims. It's like saying, oh my God, the fact that Jack murdered that guy, that makes it bad for all of us out here who aren't murdering. Like, what? The fact that guy Jack murdered him over there, that makes it bad for all of us victims. Yes, it makes the world more dangerous for everybody, but it doesn't make it harder for victims of crimes to come forward and talk about what they've been through, because people perpetrate crimes. Get your head right. When people lie and they defame and they commit libel and they make false accusations and they extort people, those are crimes, people. And we don't like that, and that's bad for everybody, but that doesn't make it like the guy who's going in or the lady who's going over there and stealing something from the store or stealing something from somebody's house. Does that make it harder for us people who aren't out here stealing? When somebody robs us and we come forward with our report, hey, somebody stole from me, and then be like, that ain't true because somebody else stole. Like, what? And another thing that really annoyed the hell out of me about, and I have been watching her, Donna, and I do like her. But, when you watch somebody and they're brand new and then you start listening to them, of course, there's going to be things you disagree with. And I may end up finding I disagree with her more than I agree with her. I don't know. I've only been watching her for like a week. One thing that is annoying me as well is that she has this person that she keeps talking about. She's like, she's a dear friend of mine. I don't know if she said dear, but she's like, she's a friend of mine and I care about her. But she was like, she totally believes Blake. And she keeps saying, there's so many victims of Justin's that are coming out. And then she did acknowledge, she was like, I don't believe that. It doesn't seem true to me. She's like, where would they be? And she made a very good point today, which was, why would victims of Justin Baldoni not press their own charges and only want to come forward as witnesses in Blake's lawsuit, which only helps Blake and doesn't help them in any way? Like, that doesn't make sense, and it doesn't ring true. And I think it's not true. And Donna's like, well, where are they? Where are they? They're probably non-existent. It's probably just more propaganda and smear campaigning and fear-mongering and people hoping that if they say terrible things about a man, that enough people will believe it, that without any evidence of it being true, that they can bury him. I was going to delete that part where in that article where it said that, within Justin's text, it said, they want to bury Blake. That wasn't Justin's text. And that was so like, again, it's like, oh, I heard somebody saying like they watched a little bit of it on some legacy news channel or legacy media, and they're being totally pro Blake. And it's like, well, of course you are, because that's the big name, the big money, just like they were doing that. I mean, they were being very pro Amber Heard, and she was certainly not the big name or the big money in that situation. But I was like so disgusted. I would watch trial all day long, and then I would read a headline that was so twisted and literally the opposite of what was happening. And I'm like, you cannot trust the media for jack shit. You got to do your own research. And that's what I do. And you know what? If you're the kind of person who's going to think that because one person came forward with lies, defamation, and extortion, that real victims, are harmed, there's something really weird and wrong in that thinking. because everyone who comes forward with allegations, they do have to prove. They have to prove it, and is that hard? Is it terrible that sometimes a woman has to, or a man or somebody has to prove something that might have no tangible, like with E. Jean Carroll, and she still had an address, but they refused to let the DNA be tested on Trump's side, and then they were like, all this weird stuff, and then they tried to twist the narrative like it wasn't real. But so I get, like, sometimes you have the evidence and they won't use it, or they'll say, like, well, it's been too long, statute of limitations has passed, so you can't really press charges on this person. Or they award you the money because they found him legally liable, and yet in his case he just gets out of it anyway, and then keeps on defaming the person, saying that they're lying. So I understand that there are a lot of times where the woman, or the victim, I should say, doesn't get justice. But it's not difficult. When someone is lying, they're lying. And in this case, Blake is lying and Ryan is lying. And I think that they're scum. And I was never into Ryan Reynolds. I mean, there was a couple of movies he did and I was like, oh, he's kind of a cute guy. I mean, he's not really my type, but like I used to say with my sister, like there's a certain kind of cute. There's like a cute where you're like, I wouldn't want to kiss him kind of cute. Like, he's a decent looking person. I could say, oh, he's cute, but I don't feel any like I feel no desire whatsoever to kiss or have, like, I'm not sexually attracted in any way, but you're a decent looking person. There's that kind of cute, and then there's like Justin Baldoni, smoldering. I would like to kiss. I mean, he's married man and all that stuff, so I don't want to kiss him. But somebody who looks like him, yes. So that personality, the whole package, yes. He's got the sizzling hot. And I remember Ryan Reynolds was kind of like the goofy, white, kind of like just crass. Like I said, like the frat boy. I'm just crass. I just have a crass personality. And I guess that is just magnified. And then he found a like-minded fucking weirdo. Well, do you think they're going to stay together, go down in a burning flame? Or do you think they're going to turn on each other and try to do whatever they can to patchwork together some kind of blame game, finger pointing, so that they can rise on top? Because ultimately, like I said, they're spousamies. They can't stand each other. And, or at the same time, sometimes those couples who like thrive on hate, they last the longest. I don't know. Or more than anything, couples who have a vested interest in their financial position and even their status and all that stuff, they will stay together. They will despise each other, but it's a business. A lot of times marriage is a business, and in many ways it always is a business. You're becoming partners, life partners with someone else, and that means all the ways, or at least however you do it. But I don't know. I could kind of see him sticking by her, and that's my man. I'm gonna stick by him. I could see just never letting go of the grift and just continuing to spin it and continuing to say, it's a smear campaign. They smeared me, and oh my God, the smear worked, and you turned the public against me, and just like never let go of the grift. Like, that happens. There are people who, no matter how obvious, they're lying. Like the whole motherfucking world. Like Sarah motherfucking Boone on video murdering a man ruthlessly. And then, oh my God, the other thing she filmed of herself. And she had the audacity to sit there and it's like you would think that people would have psychologically analyzed her and said, this bitch is insane. And she is insane, but being insane does not mean that you're not competent to stand trial or to understand what's happening. You just have this sense of self that's so outside any norms, so beyond, like listening, reading to those texts, and just like how Blake expressed herself about how she wanted to take over every aspect, and like the way she was just so condescending and putting down, and but then at the same time like love bombing and fluffing and fluffing and fluffing while stuffing in all these like evil twisted ideas, and like, God, that is some kind of evil. And I'm happy to see somebody like that finally get their comeuppance. 2 snaps in a circle. Hey, see you in the next one. Don't forget to do all the thingies, and see you later. Bye.